Hi, I'm Peter Knight. I want to talk this morning about the idea of lag. There seems to be a mantra that the more lag, the better. Well, first of all, what does that mean? Lag is really just, it means that something's trailing. So for golfers, the usual thought about lag means the club is trailing behind the arms, or the club head's trailing behind the hands, or something like that. So if I swing the club at the moment as my club's approaching the ball, my arm and the shaft of the club are out of line. Here they're in line. Now, while they're out of line, the club's behind my arms or behind my hands. It's trailing, so it's lagging. So when I swing and when I change direction, the club is now trailing or lagging behind my hands. That's all lag is. Now, it is important because the golf swing's effectively a lever system. If I was to swing the club with my left arm and club forming a straight line, then I wouldn't be able to develop much power. As soon as I allow some bend or some hinge from my wrist here, now all of a sudden I've got a secondary lever, and so that's going to help to give me much more power. So we need to use this effectively though. When I swing the club back and through, from here, as I change direction and my club comes into the ball, you can see that the club is actually catching up to being in line with my left arm. After impact, it's going to pass. So there's a point during my swing where the shaft catches up to being in line with my left arm. I want that point to be, as you're looking at it, to be at impact, or maybe if it's a camera frame, a frame or a couple of frames after impact. And the reason for that is that the point that the club comes into line with my left arm affects where the lowest point of my swing is. Now, with any shot where the ball's sitting on the ground, I want the lowest point to be in front of the ball. If the club comes into line with my arm too early, it shifts that low point back. So this idea of more lag is better lag, or more lag is better, it's to guarantee or help to guarantee that the club doesn't catch up to the arm too early. So the more the better. Not really true. There's an optimal amount. If I strike the ball and my hands are just ahead of the ball, the shaft is now leaning forward maybe 5 to 7 degrees. That's optimal. If I try and have the club trailing longer, it affects how much loft's on my club face at impact, so the ball's going to fly lower. It also affects the angle that my club swings at the ball. It's going to come in much more steeply. I'm going to take deep divots and I'm not getting the force into the ball that I want. So when you're thinking about allowing the club to trail behind your hands, think of it in terms of an optimal amount as opposed to maximum being better, or the more the better. So if I'm playing a shot, I know that I just want my hands to be a little bit ahead of the club head at impact, and that's what I'm going to look to achieve. Any more than that, and I'm starting to take deep divots, the ball's flying low, and it's not going to give me the best shot that I want.